Julia Schimmel, PA announcer for the Oakland Athletics and San Jose Barracuda, and you are watching Bay Area Sports Wrap.
Better team 5-on-5, and I think that showed as the game went on there. And I think we didn't panic, and after that last power play goal they had, we started building our 5-on-5 back and took over the game a bit again.
Now 7 straight games with at least a point, 4 wins out of your last 5. What's been the chemistry with this team so far?
Yeah, we're just having fun. Everybody loves being here at the rink together and enjoy playing together. And we're a super skilled team, and when we play the right ways, we're tough to beat.
How do you evaluate the goaltending tonight?
Yeah, Skary's been great for us. He made some big saves for us there, 6-on-5 at the end of the game, and saves throughout the night too. So when he's behind us, we're pretty confident.
Throughout the game, what have been kind of J-Mac's messages to you, like in between periods?
Yeah, I think when we're not playing our game, we're turning pucks over at the red line or blue line, and making bad mistakes or easy mistakes that come back the other way. And when we're playing the right way, we put it in, and then that opens up for us to make those plays and get a little bit more time. So I think that's his biggest message.
What do you think was the thing today that especially clicked with the team?
Yeah, I think just sticking with it. We've been really enjoying being out there together and having each other's back. And like I said, we didn't panic at all on the bench, and I think that's the biggest thing for us is just that confidence on the ice.
You guys are playing on a Saturday night. You got to get a nice giveaway for the fans. How much does it help when you have that kind of atmosphere?
Yeah, it's huge. Even in warm-ups, it was crowded out there. So, coming back in the locker room, it's exciting, and we knew it would be pretty almost sold-out crowd tonight. So, we definitely build off their energy.
So this season, power play has actually been pretty good tonight. Not so good, but the 5-on-5 has really been kind of the issue all season. Mm-hmm. Tonight, you were far better on even up, but a little bit ish on the power penalty kill. So how do you kind of balance that out after kind of doing a switch tonight?
Yeah, I think that's just the ups and downs. Each game's different. I think some nights we're going to have to rely on special teams, and other nights it's going to be 5-on-5. And, I think that road trip was huge for our 5-on-5 game, playing on the road, just getting away from the noise here and being on the road together. So I think that really started to help 5-on-5, and it's starting to show more and more for us. And, there's going to be nights where we're going to need the special teams a little bit more. And fortunate tonight, that wasn't that night.
With the way the turnaround has happened, is the message still the same as it was last season to make TechCU one of the hardest places to play at home, and now that you're getting back on that winning track?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our fans are awesome. When it's crowded like tonight, it's a really tough place to play in, and like I said, that gives us confidence on the bench and not to get too down on ourselves. And we know they have our back, so it's just really fun when we have them here.
And what would you say with the recent play of the goalies and how they're starting to fit into the fray of things? Watching Askarov as he's now taking over for the Sharks, what's the message been for the consistent play of the goalies with this recent turnaround?
Yeah, first he's a stud, and it's always tough to lose a guy like that. But Skary and Gabe have come in really great lately. They're making key saves at big moments, and we're going to have to rely on them too to make those saves, and they're doing it right now.
So it also seemed like tonight, it's been kind of a building thing where you guys are just really blocking those shots out front, where the shot numbers really aren't reflecting the number of times they're attempting to make that puck come there. Can you talk about how you guys are concentrating more on that? Because early in the season it was a deficiency, and now it seems like somebody's sliding out at it.
Yeah, I think that was one of the big things pregame tonight. We got to get in those shot lanes more, so you're right on that. So I think going into that game, I think especially the forwards getting out, so our D aren't taking those shots, and they're doing a really good job blocking it. But I think as forwards, we got to get out there a little bit quicker to block them further out, so our D don't get the puck close, and those shots hurt a little bit more when they're coming.
And so kind of how much of tonight, the way you played it so aggressively, carries over from Wednesday with that just big win. Skary's back there just handling everything, and tonight there was nothing he could do about any of them, but everything he saw he got.
Yeah, he's been great. coming off that shutout in Abbey, he looked spectacular tonight. And like I said, when he's playing like that, we have a lot of confidence going forward, and he's going to make that save for us. And, can't say enough good things about him.
And with Abbotsford being one of those nemesis teams for you, how good was it to go into their building and almost honestly embarrass them like that?
Yeah. That second game, we definitely should have won that. And, I think that definitely fuels the fire a little bit for us coming home, that we wanted to win tonight after that sour taste in our mouth. So, it was good going in there and getting those, 3 out of 4 points.
Thanks, Colin.
Awesome. Thanks.
How big was it for you guys to be able to come back and win that game after, Ontario scoring all those goals on a power play?
Yeah, it was huge. When you give up 3 goals like that, it's not fun. So it was a good test for us, and I think we came back really well.
3 of your 4 goals this season have come in the last 3 games. What have you been doing recently to produce?
Nothing different really. I just started off slow. I think I'm getting more involved offensively, which obviously helps. And we score more goals than we did in the beginning. So yeah.
And the penalty kill, though, still remains an issue for you guys. Giving up the 3 power plays back to back in this game. What needs to change in order for you guys to be successful there?
We just need to, act out there. React. We're not we give up so many shots, I feel like, and we get seamed every PK, which is not good. We need to watch some video, take a look at it, and see what we can do better.
And what does it say about the resiliency of this team, to get down, come back, and get 2 goals late to win the game?
Yeah, we have a great team, so I'm not surprised, but we played good for 40 minutes today, and then, I think we deserved those last goals, yeah.
Which of your teammates stuck out to you tonight, especially?
I think White is leading the team tonight, which I love to see. It's been really good for us.
How do you evaluate the goalkeeping tonight?
It was good. He was solid. We gave up a lot of shots, so he played really solid.
Personally, for you, what part of your game do you think is really shining right now?
I think my game with the puck. That's always been my strength. So that's what I'm trying to do every game. I'm just trying to help the team win by scoring points.
Was there a message that was sent to the team or given to the team in between intermissions to bring the intensity back up, or was there just a moment where you guys thought it finally clicked and you had the tempo and momentum on them pretty much most of the game?
Well, you said it. Momentum is a big part of the game, right? So I think once we find that momentum, we're very hard to beat, and I think we did that.
So in the tying goal, it was just kind of the weirdest thing, but on the replay, he caught it in the net and brought it back out, and even Luca couldn't believe that they weren't calling it a goal. What were you guys seeing on that, and were you guys? I know you have the tablet on the side there. How were you guys seeing it? Were you sure it was a goal before they went ahead and called it?
I had no idea. I was just looking up the screen, which we saw nothing
Kind
up
of
there.
what
Yeah,
we do.
yeah, exactly. So, but Cags had a feeling that it was in, so I trusted him.
Yeah, because it's just kind of one of those things. It's sometimes you just kind of get that thing, but it looks like Luca just had that shot there. That there was nothing he could do about it. Couldn't get over to that side.
Yeah.
The odd side one-timer seemed to be going a little bit better for you guys lately, where earlier in the season you guys weren't connecting on that. Has that been something that coaches have been having you work on in practice?
Well, we're working on everything, right?
Yeah.
It's not just that. It's been too much up and down, I think, the last few weeks. We had a good roadie, and then we finished off the roadie with not a good game against Abbotsford. So, we're practicing really hard on those small details. So, yeah.
And how is the room staying positive and understanding that they working together a little more, especially with one thing I noticed tonight was a lot more block shots out front. Stuff was not getting to Skarek tonight.
Right.
And is that how much you guys been working on that to at least fix that part of the games the last couple
that's
weeks?
been a big thing for us. We've been talking about that. We need to block more shots, especially up top from when the D shoot. And I think we did that tonight. I mean, I think we really showed up tonight.
Yeah, I counted 12, so yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
it was a pretty good night for them.
Yeah, for sure.
And so now a little bit of time off before you're back here again next weekend. Is this time to rest up, or is this time to keep working on those little things to make sure next weekend doesn't start off the last couple Friday games?
Well, I mean, we're going to San Diego on Tuesday to play them on Wednesday,
Tuesday,
so it's not a lot of rest.
I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw the schedule. I forgot
Yeah,
the schedule.
it's
There
just
you go.
we don't have a lot of home games right now, so
Yeah.
but we just gotta get back to it. New game on Wednesday against a really good San Diego team, so we're just ready for that.
Speaking of home games, on a night like this, when it's like so packed, is that kind of energy that you feed off of, or is that something that kind of makes it distracting and difficult?
No, I mean we love it. It helps us for sure. Some nights it's pretty empty in here, so tonight was awesome. Everybody loved it.
Feeding out that energy, what's the message that you want to send to the fans that are watching here at home, that are just making it possible for you guys to take over these games, have these comebacks, and with it being the way that it was last year, do you feel like you guys can be one of the toughest places to play here at this ice in the Western Conference?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, today was when this building is full. It's hard to play against us, right? And I think we showed that tonight. I just hope people shows up, which is, I mean, it's more fun for us. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
The blue line's been getting involved in the scoring. You're a goal in the first, and then Cagnoni. You guys both pinch in on that. Is something you just read off how the play's going, or has that been something asked of you guys by the coaching staff to maybe pinch in a little more to create some more offense?
No, I think that's just a read between the D and the forwards. We got to take a look before we go, and that, I mean, obviously me and Cags, we love to join the rushes and get up there. So it's just fun that we're starting to score goals. All right. Thanks, guys.
Luca. So your face looked like that was a goal. I mean, there was just the disbelief. So did you really see him go in the air inside the net like that?
I thought his glove was definitely in, but I feel like you see those ones and it's so hard for the refs to call. So I went and thanked the ref after the goal and said appreciate that. So yeah, I felt good.
And then you pinched in on that play, and Lucas pinches on that first goal. So is that something, again, you guys are just reading off the play, or has that been asked of you guys from the coaching staff to maybe creating a little more offense by coming in the play like that?
I think that's just how we play. Obviously, we want to generate offense. That's what we're there for, and I think we're doing a good job so far this season by doing that. And I think we're stepping up in the back end. I think everyone that's in the lineup. So I think we're just gonna try to ride off that. I think everyone's playing a big role in these wins that we're getting. So we're just gonna try to keep on doing that.
Speaking of the wins, 4 of the last 5, what does it do for the confidence and the resiliency of this team, knowing you guys can come back and win a game like this?
Yeah, it's huge, especially this early in the season. You don't really know how you're going to act after a couple goals like that go in, but thought we handled it well. We changed our game a little bit, a couple tweaks, and then, we took over that game.
Starting the game, high tempo, fast pace, how did that influence the rest of the game?
Yeah, I think obviously Carlsson's goal is how we want to start a game with that snipe and those plays by Tuna, so I thought that was great, but I think just we were pushing the pace up the ice and making plays, putting pucks deep. So I think if we play a full 60 like that every time, it's gonna be hard to play against us.
After that review that took a long time for that goal to finally be counted as a goal, it felt like you guys kind of flipped a switch and kicked on that intensity. Was there anything that was said while you guys were waiting on that review that just kind of made the team know, okay, now that we got this, we really gotta push it? And if so, what was said?
Nothing was really said. Honestly, we're kind of drawing up a face-off play. We didn't think it was going to be a goal. But then after we saw the officials, it was just kind of step on the gas, try to win this game in regulation. I think everyone on the bench thought about that. So, yeah.
This is one of the best nights you guys had 5-on-5 in quite a while, where you pretty much seem to own play 5-on-5. Penalty kill, little-ish tonight. But How much have you guys been really concentrating trying to balance that out the way the first couple of weeks went, where 5-on-5 was not the best look for the team?
Yeah. I mean, I think we're starting to like generate more offense, which is obviously having the puck for longer. So that's obviously a big one. And then just making smarter plays to the neutral zone, and I think being more connected in our breakouts. Again, we're still gelling. There's been a lot of call ups, call downs this year. So obviously still trying to gel with like your teammate, your D partner, and stuff like that. And again, I think we're taking a step in the right direction, and that's huge.
I mean, speaking of it, this year you seem to be that first guy up. When they need someone, they're calling you, and then you're up and down and all that. How are you kind of handling that with the fact that today you may be here, but tomorrow you may be, going to Toronto because they need somebody for the Sharks?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just coming to the rink every day with a smile on my face, try to cheer up some guys and bring the mood up. Again, it's one of those games where you don't know where you're going to be day to day. I mean, we had like Chucky today who got called up, and again, like it's just I'm sure he's there and he's got a smile on his face. You're excited to be wherever you are and just play hockey.
And it's now, and kind of last year when you came in and you were, you getting the rookie jitters out there, and then by the end of the season, coach called you a pro's pro, and you kind of started at a level even above that this year. How are the younger guys? Do you feel that you're trying to get the younger guys to look at you, say this is where you got to play, and then beyond?
Yeah. I mean, obviously trying to be a leader, trying to step up and lead by example. I mean, I think our young guys have taken a big step already. I mean, especially our forwards like Musty and Chernyshov and those guys, like they're taking the step in the right direction. They're obviously really good players and make really good plays. So if they can find their game like they have been lately, I think we're going to be a dangerous team. And again, like it doesn't matter how old you are, if you're playing good and you're riding, then you're going to have success. So, yeah.
When you have a crowd like you did tonight, where it's practically a full sellout almost, do you guys feel that that energy, and do you feel like with that type of crowd, there's not a team that you can't beat in the AHL on nights like this?
Yeah. I mean, we saw it in warm-ups. So the first thing I said when I got out there was how busy it was, and I think you can kind of tell by warm-ups how the night's going to be. So, yeah, it was huge, and again, we're going to read the energy off the fans and play our game that way. So if they give us energy, then it's huge for us and just a lot of momentum.
In between the second and the third period, what was coach's message to you guys?
I mean, they're starting to push on us. I think it was just, go get back to our game. And I think when we did, we were really good. And again, we slipped in the second, maybe a little bit in the third too. But I think we came out with 2 points, so we're happy for that.
What is something that you guys have been learning about Ontario's game and what they bring here?
Yeah, they're a fast team. They have obviously their power play is good, and they got a good goalie. But I mean, I don't know. It's tough. They're one of those teams I think is very optimistic, and they're scoring on their chances. They don't need a lot of chances to score. So, I mean, we played them a lot, and we still have them a couple more times before Christmas. So, definitely a battle. I think it's more just like a mental battle of who's going to compete harder.
You guys kind of mirror the NHL rivalry as far as like them being an LA Kings, farm team, and you guys being a Sharks farm team.
Yeah, there's definitely a rivalry, especially when I think we play them like 10 times or something this year. Like when you see a team that many times, you're gonna have some bad blood, and yeah, we'll call it a rivalry.
Carlsson, that's three goals in the last 3 games. So how have you kind of been evaluating his game so far this season?
I mean, yeah, he's a goal scorer. I mean, it's pretty special to watch. Obviously, last year I was able to watch too, but I think this year he's even taken another step. So it's fun to watch, and I mean, he's a special player.
Thanks, Luca.
Thank you.
I think what does it say about this team being able to get up, then you guys go down 3-2, and then come back to those 2 late goals to win this game?
Yeah, it's awesome. The resiliency that we showed was great, and just goes back to our character as a team. We've been on sort of a streak right now, and it's been great to, no matter what adversity we face, we've gotten the job done, so it's been good.
And 4 out of the last 5 games you guys have won now. What does it do for the team's confidence going forward?
Yeah, obviously winning is huge and gives a lot of confidence not only to the team in general, but the young guys as well. They get their confidence making plays, scoring, and stuff like that, so it's awesome to see that as well.
And the one I gotta say negative about tonight's game would be the penalty kill. What needs to change, other than not taking penalties, but as far as just kind of being able to like not have their team scoring you guys like that way?
Yeah, I mean, we're working on it still. the guys that are on the kill, I think they're doing a good job, and they're going to continue to work on it. So I think that's the biggest thing for us, just practicing it and fixing a couple things, and then we'll be good.
You're a pretty physical guy, always getting in the scrums. How do you think the physical aspect of the game kind of affected, not the outcome, but like how the game went?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I think it's just part of my DNA and sort of just getting on guys and stuff. But I think it's huge for like our team in general, because if we get on their D and create pressure, it causes turnover. So it just sort of starts in the first period and wears on their D. So I think that's huge for our game.
And how has it been playing in front of Skarek, your first season with him, and he looks pretty good so far?
Yeah, it's awesome. Every goalie that's in net, we're grateful for and we trust. So it's great to see him get the win tonight. But whoever's in net, we always have their back.
What would you say is like the most difficult part about playing Ontario?
Yeah, they're a fast team. They're a skilled team, and they're very opportunistic. So I think the biggest thing for us was just getting pucks in, keeping it simple, so we didn't give them those chances back and forth.
What was the coach's main message to you guys throughout the game today?
He was basically just managing pucks, keeping it simple, and then things would go our way. So that's the biggest thing for us.
A lot of the players weren't sure if that review was actually going to be a goal or not. When they finally determined that it was a goal, for some of you, was there a feeling or a moment that just kind of turned that game in that particular tide? Or did you guys feel like playing the rain this many games, you kind of already had that momentum, you just needed a couple things to start sticking your way?
Yeah, I think that goal obviously helped our momentum a lot. Yeah, we were down there, so it was good to tie the game, and obviously after that, we got the next goal, so I thought it gave us a little bit of life there.
Coach, how big was that for you guys? For your team to come back like that after giving up 3 power play goals and to...
Yeah. No, it was good. I'm glad we stuck with it. Obviously, that's a good sign. We found a way to win in a game that, obviously we had some miscues, went down, and battled back.
Special teams wasn't the strong point maybe tonight, but this is one of the best games for the team looking 5-on-5 all season. How do you try to balance that with the 3 games this week?
Yeah, it's something we gotta work on. We'll spend some time this week working on the special teams. 5-on-5 game, thought we were really good in the first. Thought the second had some puck management issues. Let them kind of get involved a little bit more than we had to. But then I thought, like I said, we stuck with it and were able to get 2 points.
Coach, you guys were absolutely dominant here last year at home at Tech CU. Obviously, you wanted that message to kind of remain the same, and seeing the crowd and the energy the way that they were tonight, when that review turned out to be a goal, was there anything that you told the guys in the final intermission that kind of, reiterated that message that we want to make Tech CU still one of the toughest places to play in a Western Conference?
Yeah, that's something we talked about off the bat actually tonight was, we felt like when they came in last time we didn't show them our best game, and we wanted to make sure we came out tonight ready to go from the drop of the puck. So we want to establish this place as a hard place to play.
It seems though that this, of all the games you played so far this year, and there's been quite a few with Ontario, this seems to be about the least number of scrums and fights tonight. In fact, there was no real just full-on fight tonight. Did that work in your favor tonight, or that kind of like you established, hey, we're going to stand toe-to-toe with you, and you're not going to intimidate us, and let's play some hockey?
Yeah. I mean, we're looking for 2 points. It's at times that stuff will happen. We're not looking to go out there and turn it into that. We're here to stick up for each other. We're here to play a hard game. If that stuff comes up, it comes up. But we're much more worried about getting 2 points than we are with that.
Coach, with Askarov finally out of the picture for the Barracuda and being with the Sharks, what is the constant message that you relay to the goalies that you have in net, regardless of who's in the net? What's the message and the confidence point that you relay to them to go further on top?
Yeah, we want them to be setting presence. That's what we look for. We want the guys to play confident in front of them, and they need to be confident in order to do that. So we want them to obviously stop the puck, make good plays on goalie touches, all of those things.
Speaking of hockey's a physical game. How do you kind of keep your guys kind of in check from spending time in the penalty box?
Yeah, but we had too many stick penalties tonight, and a lot of them were tied to puck management. And it's something that we talked about off the bat. And
got to get it out of our game. Like I said, I thought we let them get back in the game when we had complete control. And, moving forward as a group, we got to continue to grow, continue to refine our game. And that's something we got to do.
Speaking of the confidence, you guys have won 4 out of your last 5 now. Did that road trip really just bring this team together? And as far as the chemistry going with this team right now?
Yeah, I think it did. It's good to go on the road for an extended one early. The guys were able to get dinners together and spend some time away from the rink, and it was a good trip. I thought, obviously we got a lot of points in the bank, and but the quality of the games was good as well.
And then you guys are going back now on the road before spending Thanksgiving here. When you play in a place like San Diego, it's known for a hostile environment. Can you take some momentum from this one into that game going on Tuesday there?
Yeah, I think we have to. I think we can look at it, we can learn from it, we can make some tweaks. But yeah, we got to go down there. I didn't think we played very well last time we went down there, and so we'll look at it and learn from it and come out and be ready to go on Wednesday.
That's 3 goals in the last 3 games for Carlsson. So have you kind of seen his game so far this season?
Yeah, he's been good. He's, obviously he missed camp with a injury. I think he's getting his legs under him. And I think, he's running that second power play unit really effectively for us. And, I think he gained some confidence from that too.
Other than that, tonight, who's really stuck out to you?
Well, Phil Beast had a nice goal there, I thought. Whitey had a nice goal at the end. Cagnoni was good also. Obviously, those are just the goal scorers. But yeah, I thought, the best part, rather than individuals tonight, was that a collective sticking with it.
So when you guys have guys like Cagnoni and Carlsson, you encourage them to maybe pinch in a little bit more than say normally that you've done in the past?
Yeah, we want them to get involved offensively. Not just pinches, but activating up ice on breakouts and looking for opportunities because they're both skilled players. They can produce, and so we want them to. It's our job to put them in the positions to do that.
So last year you had a pair of goalies that just kind of seemed to go back and forth saying, "Hey, watch this, what you did last night. No, I'm going to do better." Mm-hmm. But this year the goalies have been, Gabe and Skarek have been taking a little bit more time to settle in. Mm-hmm. Are they getting more comfortable now? We're a couple of weeks in and kind of finding their way. Well, the 7-0 win the other day looked like Skarek had really settled in on that.
Yeah, I think the schedule off the bat was rough. We only played 1 game a week, and it's hard for goalies to really get so each one of them played a game in 2 weeks, So we're starting to play some more games, and they're getting in their groove, and we like the way both of them have been playing.
Ontario, a team that you've faced 3 times already. What were the top areas that you guys wanted to focus on tonight?
Yeah, breaking the puck out. They're aggressive forecheck team. It's the strength of their team. We didn't want to supply them with scoring chances. They're a team that converts on their scoring chances very well. So those are the 2 focal points.
Adding on to that, what do you think is the biggest skill of theirs that you bested tonight?
Well, I thought we did we handled the D pinching on their forecheck. Our breakouts, I thought we handled it pretty well. So that was a positive. And then I thought, when we took care of the puck and put it behind them, a lot of times we got it back because, our forecheck was effective.
Coach, what is your thoughts on Musty from the little bit that he had last year to what he's been able to do this season, and what's your hope overall for the progress that he's able to show in this season?
Yeah, he's showed a high-end ability, with the puck on his stick, and that's like I said about Cagnoni and Carlsson. It's our job to put him in positions where he has the puck on his stick, and he's able to create that offense. He's deceptive. He can generate time and space with look-offs, and done a nice job on the power play. So yeah, that's what we're looking for him to do. He's a top 6 player, produce offensively while being reliable defensively.
So speaking of that forecheck and then some of the defensive stuff that's been going on, it seems like tonight was, I counted 12 blocks. I counted 14 keeps once you dumped the puck in. Mm-hmm. Seeing that come around, because I know that's been something you've really been wanting to make be one of the big parts of the game. Mm-hmm. How is it to finally see that come around and see it to start work so you can maintain that and then start working on other things?
Yeah, those are 2 areas of our game that from the start of the season we wanted to get it in a place where we're having success. And I think getting in shooting lanes, we can always do better. We can always have more commitment there. And yeah, our forecheck, we need our forecheck to be a strength of our team if we're going to play properly. If we're going to be taking care of the puck, there are times where we can attack with possession. There are other times where we have no space, we have no gap. We're going to have to put it behind them and go and get it. And, differentiating between those two scenarios is important.
And compared to the other 3 games against Ontario tonight, the forecheck, they seem to be supporting each other very well. Where if you did lose the forecheck chance, that you weren't getting burned on a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1 tonight.
Yeah, F3 presence is important as well. If our D are going to be active coming down the walls, we got to have an F3 above in the middle of the ice.
And John?
Oh, good.